What's up, guys? So I feel like every time, I wake up, I go on Twitter, I go on, my computer and just scroll through the internet, just looking for different crypto. I'm never surprised really on what I find. I always find all kinds of different things, and crypto is such a crazy place that you'll find the craziest named projects, egg token or wave token or project ape, whatever, ape coin. There's all kinds of crazy naming schemes and things like that, and crypto just has this crazy way of potentially making you a lot of money. And of course, over the past years, it's made several people millionaires. And the project that I'm going to talk about, I talked about a little bit earlier on the channel, but it's been so insane. And I talked about it on my Twitter, and I talked about it in Sleep Money Club. If you're not there, join. It's a great place to be. And it truly blows my mind of what you can do in crypto. So the project I'm talking about is obviously right here. It's Baked Beans. And again, this just kind of goes with the silly, naming schemes. And, most people, maybe they won't take stuff like this seriously. Just because simply from the name, the sort of icon that's represented by the project. And most people look at it and just don't really understand it, or they think they understand it, but they think that the concept is just a Ponzi, that it's just, it's just gonna fail. And 9 times out of 10, that could be true. Like I've covered plenty of projects on this channel, that I was getting into, and they did not do that good. Most recently, the SPLASSIVE incident, happened. But Baked Beans is, in theory, a very, very simple project. And not even in theory, it really is just a very, very simple project. You put money into the project, it will pay you 8% daily. Now, there's a couple things in the background, there's a couple technical things that make that vary. So if you're constantly taking profits over and over again and you're not putting back into the contract would dynamically allocate your rewards down to, I think, a low of 5%. Don't quote me on that. This isn't like a complete review of anything. It's just, I just wanted to talk about this project and why I think it's so successful. But yeah, so 8% a day. So you just put whatever you put in, you get 8% a day, and then what that gets represented is in beans. Now I have a billion beans, and that is a lot. That is definitely not a small amount. I think I put over 40 BNB into this project, not all at once. Of course I've tested the waters, but I've been in this project so long. I got in just when BNB was sitting right under $400. So technically, my ROI increased, just because of the appreciation of BNB. This project is simple. Literally, it's just one page, right? It's one page. There's not very many options. 8%, 2,920%, APR, 3% Defi. That is the basic principle of how this project works. I think out of all these, minor reward pool type projects, that is the lowest Defi. The main reason why I even got into this project was, first, the 8% a day is pretty enticing. Definitely in the world of investing, you're not really going to get something like that consistently. Therefore, a lot of people say too good to be true, Ponzi, and that's it. Which a lot of the times they're right, and you're okay to say that. The one thing with crypto, and crypto, has showed time and time again, is that whenever you take risks, those risks eventually, probably, maybe, will net you an insane reward in return. Now, I feel like this definitely is one of those cases for me, and I'm making a crazy amount of money, as you see in the title. I'm making over $2,000, a day, $2,500 a day, consistently. Like it's like clockwork. I wake up in the morning, I see a fat stack of BNB just waiting for me to claim. Now, one rule that they have with this project, which I think also contributed to it lasting so long, because whenever I made that first video, the project was around for 5 months. And in the world of miner and reward pool projects, 5 months is unheard of. There's not one project, I think, right now that equates to what this project has done. I think, since that video, I think it's over 6 months, and it may even be 7 months old right now. A reward pool miner type project. There's no other project like it. If there is, let me know down in the comments, but I do not think that there is. When I first made that video, the contract was barely at 2,000 BNB, and now we're looking at 13,000 BNB. We go over to the contract. Obviously that could just be, hard coded, or, they slowly increase the value over time, and that would be very scammy, but that's not the case here. You go to the contract and you can see the balance. You can see exactly what's going on. You can see the trades when people get in, when they put money. You can go into the contract and verify everything. These are definitely some of the most transparent and best devs that I've talked to related to, these types of projects. And it's really, really insane to see where it's gotten to over time. Now, I think one of the biggest driving factors of why this project is so successful right now, I think really boils down to two different things. The first thing is, from the beginnings, the root of why this project lasted so long before the thing I'm going to talk about in a second, is their motto of 6-1, where you compound 6 times and then you eat 1 time. So essentially you rebake your beans 6 days in a row, or 6 days in general, and then you eat one of those days. Now, the reason why 6 days in a row would be better, because on that 7th day when you eat, it's obviously going to take into account all the compounds you did, and it's going to be a bigger batch to eat. And I think that's ultimately what really drove this project in the beginning. They have a very, very hardcore, solid community that I think has to be following that to heart, because, like I said, 5 months before the thing I'm about to talk about, it's been around for, and it's pretty insane to see a community so dedicated to the cause, because again, it's a simple project. It's money in, money out. There's not really any utility here. It's just a minor reward pool project. And again, this video is not designed to tell y'all to get into this project. I'm not telling y'all to get into this project. Don't get into this project, right? Because you never know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say don't get into this project, but don't use this video as a reason to get in. I'm not telling you to get in. This isn't financial advice. I feel like I got to make it very clear in a lot of my videos, but I'm just sharing with y'all something that's really happening consistently. How much money I've been making consistently with this very, very silly named project called Baked Beans. Now, the driver, I feel, recently of this project has been their native token launch. Now, they launched their own token called BCT. This is going to be the page for that token. It's going to be cryptobakehouse.com. Again, cryptobakehouse.com. Bakehouse is their type of their ecosystem, their community. That's kind of what they call it. And up at the top, they got all their socials, so you can see them everywhere. It's a relatively large community, and they're producing some pretty insane things. So I want to just quickly go over this website so you kind of understand where I'm coming from, and then I'll kind of get to the point of why this is driving, Baked Beans to constantly, I'm talking every day, several thousand BNB, or several hundred BNB. The contract is just increasing like clockwork. It's continually going up, and it's been like that for several weeks now. So about the Bakehouse, revolutionizing DeFi, we are Baked Beans, a BNB miner, and BSE token, Bean Chart. So that's the BCT. We are Bakehouse, the place to earn passive income in the DeFi space. Our desire is to be the leading BNB miner platform, and with this idea, we have launched BCT with a transaction tax that will strategically and 100% transparently deposit into Baked Bean Miner for optimal growth of the smart contract mining pool. And that right there is kind of the basic principle of why the contract has been growing so much. Generally, these projects, these reward pool, these miner projects require people to get in. And again, that's not really going away here, because now it's kind of just requiring people to get into their other project. But what you have to kind of understand is any type of volume that is going on in their own native token is driving more BNB over to the Baked Beans miner. It's being converted over to BNB, and it's being saved into the BNB miner contract. So the more volume that buy, sell that's happening over in BCT, the bigger contract that the Baked Beans miner will get, and that's ultimately what's allowing Baked Beans miner to get so big, at least what I'm assuming, in my opinion. That combined with the popularity of people seeing how big the contract's getting, maybe people are just FOMOing in because they see the contract getting bigger and bigger. That could also be a driving factor of why that miner is getting so big. So Baked Beans is simple on the surface, but a very complex mining platform. You enter BNB into the contract and earn BNB back at a daily percent. dependent on a variety of factors. You can compile or pull out your rewards through a very simple DApp we have built. We have thought of most of the mechanics. Most think that we have breezed past. Feel free to stop in our Telegram and discuss it with us. So again, they do have a, kind of behind the scenes, under the covers mechanics of, deciding, how you are, interacting with the baked beans miner, how you're taking beans and putting beans back in. It will adjust the daily percent according to, your habits. So going back over to the BCT token, there's going to be a 12% slippage, which 4% of that's going to go to marketing, 3% to the liquidity, and 5% to the baked beans miner. So every single transaction, buy or sell, that happens with, the BCT token, 5% of that is going to get injected over to the baked beans miner, which is a pretty insane amount. When you look at it from that perspective. It's going to be the same thing for the sell. And they said that we'll be doing manual buybacks and burns from the marketing wallet for special events. So if we look at the token allocation, we can see that the treasury is going to have 13%, 10% is going to go to marketing and development, 15% is going to the team, 4% was to the private sell, 20% was to the staking pools, and 38% is going to go into liquidity tokens, which is pretty nice. And then, they have links to baked beans miner and then the chart. If y'all did want to get into baked beans miner, my referral link will be down in the description. If you did not want to use that referral link, that's no problem. It's bakedbeansminer.io. So looking at the chart for the BCT token, the bean chart, we can see that it's been doing relatively well and hit some pretty high highs. Started somewhere around, I think it was 0.08 was what the pre-sale had the tokens at, and it launched all the way up to 0.00016. Had a pretty harsh dump, but the team is pretty solid, and they eventually got onto the marketing. And I mean, you really only saw what where that took it all the way up here. Now we're kind of looking at a little bit of a downtrend, but the volume is starting to pick up. So it looks like we're kind of sitting around this kind of area, which is good because, like I said, the most important thing for baked beans is volume. So that's all you really need. Any type of volume is good volume for baked beans. Obviously, you want positive volume because you want this project to do well as well, because then it's going to help out with baked beans. Anything that happens here is going to assist baked beans, or there's no real way that it's going to hurt baked beans. So keep that in mind. So if we look at just some of the roadmap things they had, the private sale, pre-sale, light paper, token launch, then CoinGecko, CMC, 5K holders. You want to have more DEX listings, Certic audit, website 2.0, merchandise, 10K holders. They want to eventually get some Bean NFTs, an online store, 50K holders, charity donation, a roadmap review, so maybe a revamp for the next roadmap that they plan on, larger partnerships, bigger marketing. And for Q3 is going to be the roadmap update for more things to come later for the project. Now here is some of their team. They're very active in the Telegram, and they had live, AMAs and just little chill sessions in their Telegram, which is really cool. So you could just really go in there, whenever they're live in there, just recording and just ask them questions. They're very quick to respond, and they're very transparent. Again, they're not really hiding anything in this project, which is also another reason why I decided to go a bit heavier into the project and put more into it. But that's ultimately what this project is. If you did want to get a little bit more involved with the BCT token, you can go over to their DApps, and they do have a BCT staking, a little platform. You just connect your wallet, and you simply just stake your BCT, and you earn a relatively low percent, but it's just another way to support the system and earn BCT tokens in the process. But that's essentially it for baked beans and the Bakehouse BCT ecosystem. I just wanted to share this video because it really blows my mind on the things that crypto has, like the potential opportunities that you get into in crypto. Again, I'm not telling you to get into this project in this video. This isn't a sponsored video by any means. I just wanted to share it because it's pretty insane, the type of gains that you can get with this project. I mean, guys, look, I'll refresh the page. I'm just earning tons and tons of BNB. Today is my 5th day, so I am gonna withdraw. And I see this is the balance on my wallet currently, or one of my wallets currently. And you will see, boom, It's in my wallet. Like, guys, like I'm not trying to like hide. I'm not hiding stuff. Like, this isn't some scam. This is a real legit project called Baked Beans that is earning me like $2,500 a day. Like, it's insane to even say that, but it's been so insane. Look, the balance keeps going up. It's just insane that projects like this exist, and I'm glad that they do, because there's opportunities out there. There's opportunities around every corner. Like, you just have to look. You have to sometimes just take a leap of faith and just hope. That's what I do in a lot of projects, and I don't win all the time, but kind of my methodology, my thinking is that if I try enough projects that I feel like I believe in, if I talk to the devs or I read the white paper, this is obviously one of the more risky ones, but I feel like if I hit all these different projects at every angle, that eventually I'll either luck out, or by strategically picking the projects I'm getting into, I will get into a project that's successful. And that's kind of the spray and pray method, I guess, if you want to say, sort of approach that I take when getting into these projects. Like, these projects are no joke, and they're out there. You just have to look. I just want to share this video with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like down below, and a sub if you really did enjoy it. Otherwise, guys, you have a great day or night, whatever time you're watching this video. Find some awesome projects. Give yourself a chance. Do your own research, like always, though. Guys, you have a good one. I'll see you later.